Welcome back to Oh God, This Might Be Harder Than I Thought It Was, or at least the initial threads that I was trying to follow at the beginning of the game that seemed like a logical place to go feel really dried up, or I'm not yet clicking with how to navigate this interface and its clues yet, which is also very possible. But yeah, I just like was like, yeah. I looked at the founders, I looked at our dad, or the dead models' dad, and I was like, yeah, learn a lot about these characters, but not in a way where the web seems to connect to anything actionable. And I'm just like not sure what to do with that. So I'm just gonna start going down this list of names and see if I can better grasp some of them as we go. So here we have Gwyn Rootree. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized and the search is broken, but you can get to individual pages from your search engine. Gwyn Rootree is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwyn from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know, trivia? Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Rootree, the founder of Rootree Candy. She shouldn't have been named Rootree, but her father took her mother's famous name, which is quite rare in those days. Huh. Okay. So she's the granddaughter of Elias. That tells us what row she's, I guess what row she's on functionally. And it tells us that at one point we're gonna go on the mother's side to get to her right before her. And she's still named Rootree. Oops. Right, journal. Go ahead and add a page here. Gwyn. Oops, that's not the name. Okay. We really have to make these fit if I want the tabs to look right. So we're going to start turning Rootree into RT. I guess Gwyn would have also been fine. This is going to be relevant to unpacking what's going on with Gwyn. That's worth looking into, and that these are names we can look into for the films. We're just given a photo. So this is Gwyn. You've seen multiple websites about old films. Gwyn Rootree is on the notable... I wonder if I can find this really easily because of the divorced people that we have access to already. Not a lot of divorces. So... child, grandchild, great-grandchild. Was it? Granddaughter. Just granddaughter. Okay. So if it's just granddaughter, then one of these children, or any number of them, but some of them are women, got married, and then had a kid, and that kid was still named Rootree. It very well should be this person. That person's notable and divorced, and in the grandchild tier, I'm making a tier list of children. I believe this is her. Those locked in? Oh no, that's just the icon. I thought that was a lock for a second there, but no, that's the icon for somebody just being taken already. So Gwyn Rootree. Actor. Oh, there we go. Yeah, because she was in movies. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. That's roughly what we expected. You've also locked the following optional entries. Oh, Sheridan Thomas and Brenda, I think it said. That happened? Okay, these are yellow now. Yeah, Brenda White. Okay, so now we know what's up with the names. Right, Brenda was also a case of that where I was thrown off by the names and how they were listed. Okay, so we can fill in as many optional people as we want. They don't count towards the total, but they take names out of the overall list, and they get locked in when 3 blood relatives get locked in. That's good to know. Yeah, this person was very easy. Exceptionally easy character to figure out as it goes. It looks like they annoyingly don't mention anyone's names in her family. Just some father, some mother. Not very helpful. Let's see. We can look into guys like us, maybe? Oops. Nope. God damn it. Find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized and the search is broken, but you can get individual pages for your search engine. Guys Like Us is a 1953 film in which 2 secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life, until one of them falls in love with their client and hilarity ensues. Starring Gwyn Rootree, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. Might be worth highlighting. That might not be that much to Gwyn overall, because it's just her page. Did you know? The title's a play on words that can be read that the 2 women are men similar to other men, or the men are fond of them. Oh, Guys Like Us versus Guys Like Us. Gotcha. I was like, what do you mean? That's isn't it straightforward? But they got me. Christmas Mission. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. Blah, 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 blah. Christmas Mission is on a page called Flops. It was a war movie about World War I released in 1955 that received poor reviews and lost studio money. Gwyn Rootree had a role as a soldier's wife who wrote him letters from home. You find no additional relevant information. Did you know trivia? The movie was marketed as an incredible true story, but no record of the events happening has ever been found. Don't know if that's really worth recording, but I'm just like, well, this is what we know about Gwyn at the moment. Flops. I don't think Flops is going to bring anything up. Typing in Flops brings up this page. That's funny. Let's see. I wonder if I should be looking into Leslie Florence and Harrison Lane. Like one of these might be her husband. Leslie Florence was Gwyn Rootree's co-star on Guys Like Us. Not much relevant information. She does not have any additional credits on the site. There isn't even a Did You Know trivia section about her. Wow. All right, so Leslie is a woman in this case. I think Leslie is a gender-neutral name. Harrison Lane was a television actor with a major role in Guys Like Us and some of their films. His largest role before Guys Like Us was as the villain in the first season of Western Frontiers. Due to popularity of Guys Like Us, the studio brought Lane back to play the villain's twin brother, this time as a hero joining the protagonist. Western Frontiers has no connection to the Rootrees. Harrison Lane seems to be a dead end. Did you know? Harrison Lane married his high school sweetheart after they reunited at a movie premiere. See, I'm trying to find what her husband's name was, so I'm like, is that her husband? Were they high school sweethearts? But like, this would be an insane way to write, right? Like, why would you not mention that if that was the Rootree? That would just be deeply silly to make it that obscured for no real reason. Any reason to bring up Western Frontiers? Harrison Lane was a television actor in a major role, Guys Like Us. In other films, largest role, Guys Like Us was a villain in Western Frontiers. This is the same page. Okay. Because it just mentions Western Frontiers a lot. Same thing as looking up Harrison Lane specifically. Yeah, this counts as the Western, as the Harrison Lane page still. Oh, it's a spider search because spiders climb on a web. I just caught up with that. Haven't been thinking about it that actively because I'm trying to figure out everything else about this mess. Why does it say that's the 6th of December, by the way? I was thinking about that earlier, but didn't they say that the deaths happened on the 6th of December? And then they put out a press release, and then the next day I got approached? Just sworn that that's what the story so far has said. They died in a plane crash on December 6th. The next evening... That can't mean the next evening being that evening, right? The next usually means the day after. It should be December 7th, but my computer says December 6th. Fucking get together, game developers. Who the fuck married her? And what are her parents' names? There's gotta be something. Like, you gotta help me out here. 3 hints about the pieces ads. I don't know why their names changed. We don't currently have any indication if these are related to the names of the kids, even. Specifically. We identified Gwyn, so she's crossed out, which is good. But I'm just wondering how I get the surrounding context out of her. See, periodicals, public library. I assume these are books. Oops, I keep thinking the left tab is going to be my journal. Probably because the journal's on the left side of the screen. Let's see, Guys Like Us. It does say book title specifically, so I don't think we're doing. I guess they said that they're movies that are not on VHS yet, so they're not. And VHS was the first generation of movies being available at home, right? So if it's not on VHS yet, then it's just not out at all. So I guess it wouldn't be in a public library regardless, but yeah, I'm at the same dead end again where I'm just like, can I get more information about this person? Am I missing something? I can't just type in... By searching for variations of Gwyn Rootree, you come across some mentions of a marriage to Wild Bill Williams. Okay. They divorced before the birth of her second child. Okay. But this time it did give me what I was looking for. Trying to add another word to the search has not been successful yet, but maybe I need to, like, try more at trying to make sense of that. Wild Bill Williams. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. This site, Wild Bill Williams is a leading man on some non-notable movies in the 1950s. That's mean. He appeared. That's not usually what Wikipedia acts like. Like, just be like, yeah, been in a bunch of bullshit. We don't even really want to talk about him. He appeared in an adventure movie called Fortune Favors the Grave, which is yet to be released for home audiences. You don't find any additional information about that film. He was known for his good looks and off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and that she was already aware of his reputation. Did you know trivia? Wild Bill grew up in Paris, France. He returned there often. Neat. Don't know if that matters. But that gives us someone to go on here. Let's just try Bill. No. Wild Williams. What? Marriage to Wild Bill Williams. They divorced before the birth of their second child. They're 2 kids. Divorce, but they're still 2 kids. I type not his real name, question mark? Wild, Bill, Will, Williams. There's a lot of names in this thing, so it's surprising that none of those are even slightly in there. Alright, well, I guess unknown male. We can narrow down the gender a little bit. Because that's definitely Gwyn. Why can't I put in a name that I know? It does feel weird, right? Like I found the answer and I can't put in the answer. Wild Bill Williams. Looking to fortune favors the grave, even though they said I can't look it up. Nope, it just brings me back to the same page. Paris. France. Just wondering, I'm like, is it relevant? Does he have a French name? And that's his screen? Because that could be a screen name, right? But then like yeah, like what's his French real name? Because yeah, we want the real names, but how the fuck do I, how do I know? Let's see. I'm gonna say unknown female, unknown male, because the male, so the dad took the wife's last name, so this notable one is gonna be the real Roottree, and this is the essentially like the bonus character in this relationship. And yeah, I guess all the ones that don't have a portrait are the bonus characters, so I don't really need to know this guy that badly, but I want to, because I have information about it. Please. Oops. So bad at typing Roottree. Children? Spouse. Kids. Birth. Child. Yeah, like how do you... It's like I got a drop-down menu. I know about Business Watch. I think I might have to just keep playing until I learn more publications. And then once I know more publications, I'll have more ability to try to look into like divorces and stuff like that. Because I don't think Business Watch is going to care about Gwyn. Yeah, nothing's coming up in here. Yeah, I might have to just try somebody else. Because, I don't really get how to find out anything about the people who are related to her. I feel a little bit insane in interacting with this game. I'm like, how can I not do anything? How come I can't follow up on anything surrounding some of these people? Very strange. And that's the wrong one. Alright, who's red Roottree? Is it even searchable, I wonder? You find information on a website about strange historical facts. Aloysius Herring Roottree, aka Red. Red Herring? That's their name? Was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate, claimed to be related to Rootree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a landslide. What? Okay, and he's notable? Just naming this person a red herring. And this is just all honestly pretty relevant. Ah! I'm so good at misclicking in this game with a giant-ass mouse. I mean, that's sure a character. Ireland? No. Can't look up his Senate race exactly. Can I find out who this person is? Would he... He's supposedly noteworthy? So like 1, 2, because those people are individually counted as the same person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's just crossed out. He really is a red herring. They even drew a red herring. That guy's just fake. Okay. What? Okay, I guess I can delete this page. Oops. I remember how. Delete page. Okay. Never mind. He really was fake. I was like, but he's on the list of notable people. This is a fake notable person. Okay. Weird. I guess my client just didn't know that. Whatever. Jim Roottree. James Roottree, there we go, immediately a different name, is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rolling On Down the City. It's now in your evidence folder. So, Jim and Diamond. Let's look at the evidence here. We have faces. I wonder if they both count as noteworthy then. Rolling On Down to the City. Jim and Diamond. Rolling On Down to the City was barely, I'll cry it, calm down, a top-down hit in the first few weeks of 1979. According to the liner note, it satirizes how a part of society, I hope I don't have to estimate people's ages and what generation they're from based on dates like that. I'm not good at that stuff. According to liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Maybe that's why you'd never heard of it before now. The image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has stickers that says, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Rootree could make disco this sweet." There's, we know what generation they are now. It is credited to Peter Janowitz from MMM. Music and lyrics from Jim Roottree. Vocals by Jim Roottree and Diamond LaRue. Jim Roottree is on the notable Roottree... We know that one. And I guess I can play it.
We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Saturday night and you're quite a sight.
The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right.
Making ends meet, so they rent and you.
We can't afford gas, so we skate in the Inflation is rising and so is our pride.
Pick our own fate, make love not hate.
They fight overseas, but we'd rather skate.
Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Politicians at large are hopeless.
The bankers in charge are all clowns.
The party's so better than protest.
So signs up while we boogie down, 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 down.
Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Those are admittedly pretty stupid lyrics. They're like, can't afford gas, but I am pretty hot. Me too, I'm really hot. Yeah, none of you get to sleep with us because we're so hot, and we're saying no, can't come up to us. And then just random side tangents about like politicians are bad and bankers are bad and so on, which is like is right, but also like it's like all they say, like a single line about it here and there. Man, inflation, am I right? For one line. You're like, all right. There's not really lyrical masters going on here. As seen in MMM. Okay. It does feel desperate to compare them to bring up like it's the great grandson of Elias Rootree. Whoa. It's not really an album seller. So child, grandson, great grandson. That's one of these two. And it can't be that one. Because that one's married. That's Carl. Pretty much has to be this guy. Is how that works, as far as I can tell. I don't know why they're listed separately. I guess that's how they do pictures. James Rootree, I think was his full name. Yeah. No, singer, musician. I guess musician counts. That's probably right. Yeah, I guess this is just like give her a photo, and I guess you can get a second photo of Diamond LaRue at some point. If I'm counting it right, son, grandson, great grandson. That's the only person left in this entire row because this one's already got to be Carl, but we can't find a picture of Carl. So I guess his cousin is a musician. Also have 2 kids. I think they're still alive and still married, so that's good for them. Neat. What else can I get from that? Let's see. My brain does not mix with this interface very clearly. I keep like going for all the wrong people for some reason. Let's see. Might be worth highlighting just because it's his whole page anyway. Gives me a chance to look into some of these people. For example, what is MMM? MMM is an abbreviation. Oh, Modern Music Monthly is added as periodicals. MMM is an abbreviation for Modern Music Monthly, and a magazine from the 40s to early 80s, and went out of business due to high competition from much more major publications. So now in the periodicals tab, I have Modern Music Monthly as an option. Defunct magazine that contained info about recording artists and music reviews. I don't know if we've had off the top of my head, I don't remember any other music stuff coming up. But I could look up James Rootree. Jim Rootree? A review and interview from 1979 entitled A Reluctant Hitmaker. Jim goes into his first band. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in CNJ and J&D. Oh my god. The fucking ampersand plus sign ampersand. This is insane. With my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spent time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Who is Clark? So you're J and D is Jim and Diamond, so it's Clark and Jay? Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters. Oh. Jane and Clark Roottree. Jane something, and then Clark Roottree. So the four of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on. Not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her younger sister, everything exploded. No more family band. The only thing Clark... Different sister? Is this a new sister or is that Jane? Did they not expect that Jane and Clark would be in a relationship when they were in a band together? Or is this a third sister? Huh. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Rollin' is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up, he said he liked it, took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh. But I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess. But he's a lot happier now. He started Raffertunes. He's a much better jingle writer than a songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. Okay, let's add Clark's page. Carl? Wow. I just auto-completed a similar name. Let's see. Worth including some of this. Also just gives me a chance to be able to skip to this interview when I want to. He's a lot happier now. He started Raffertunes. He's a much better jingle writer than a songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Rootree. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. So his father was into advertising. Okay, so James's father is into advertising. Clark never knew his father. What does that mean? Could it be you? Clark could be, let's see. Right, is Clark Gwyn's second son born after the Wild Bill divorce? That's my current theory at the moment, because he never knew his father. He's probably the same generation as James, so he's somewhere on this row. And I think he's not on the noteworthy person list. Yeah, so he's seen as not noteworthy. Just wrote little ad ditties. But I might have a decent idea of where he is. There's no other weird family stuff going on in this zone. So like the main one, and this is the same age-ish. So this is the spot where you would most likely not know your father. So I might guess that you're Clark. Clark Rafferty. Rafferty LaRue. Jessica Rafferty LaRue. Katrina Rafferty LaRue. Like Diamond LaRue? I think it's you. Jane LaRue. Clark Rafferty. And then they get married. This is a bit of a case of just getting this from the fact that they show us the names, but they must have had 2 daughters. It seems like they took, because yeah, like you have to still be named LaRue. You're the sister of Diamond LaRue. Let's see. You're still a musician because you write ditties. That still counts. Don't know Jane LaRue's face yet, or Clark's face yet. But this should be this all should make sense. I could be wrong about the actual name Rafferty, but this overall is shaped like the information I have. But yeah, just the fact that they're listed, Rafferty LaRue there's 2 people named that, which is a combined name. So they might have changed their name to Rafferty LaRue, but neither of them would have that name listed, but the kids would then inherit those names. That's interesting. I think that's where that all goes. I think I actually am on the right track there, but I guess we'll see. Adding those notes here that I've sort of found on my own here. I wonder if I can add Rafferty LaRue into the search. Reluctant hitmaker. A website called... Oh, that's why it's called Raffertunes. Oh, his name is Rafferty. That's why it's called Raffertunes. A website about Raffertunes. Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. On it, there's an About page where you can find a picture labeled The Inspiration for the Famous Super Bowl Ad Campaign. Below that is more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children when his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to calm down for the picture. He had the idea for the Rootree Super Bowl ad. The photo's down here. Ah, we have the photo now. Hello, children. That's what they all look like. I'm trying to get the youngest to behave, was it? So Katrina would not calm down, and she's the youngest. The inspiration for the famous ad campaign. Okay. The youngest is Katrina. And also I got a review. Didn't they say, yeah, this applies to everybody, right? I thought about this as like a localized clue, but I'm like, oh wait, that's just how all these trees work, isn't it? So Katrina's on the right. Hey, I nailed on the first try. Don't know what their jobs are, because this photo is from, doesn't say. What year was the Super Bowl ad? Don't know. That should be your face. And I guess we just need to figure out what their jobs are. The second kid. This is Chris or Jacob Rafferty. We don't know which one. So this all, Raffertunes, this all lines up pretty well. Unless I'm just wrong about this being here. There's a chance this fits somewhere else, like here? Because this is the same arrangement overall. But he specifically never knew his father, so I think he's specifically related to them. I think his name is, and I think this guy's name is Rafferty. But we don't know which Rafferty. Maybe we just type Rafferty specifically? Rafferty brings up nothing. Because Bill comes across as like a stage name, so I'm curious about that. Let's go back in history to Raffertunes. Rafferty LaRue. And let's go Katrina. Not helpful. Doesn't show the name here. Jessica. Is child a job? Actor, advertising, architect, baby. Baby. They're not babies anymore. I'm a professional baby. What word do they use? There's housewife, so like things that are, I mean, housewife was kind of a job, but not paid. It's like, what words do they have left over in here for humans? Student, K through 12. I guess that's a job. It's not right though. That's a bad sign. Raffertunes. Super Bowl. Come on, man. Super Bowl ad campaign. Not periodicals. Business Watch Super Bowl? Exactly. Raffertunes doesn't even come up in Modern Music Monthly. I guess it's not really what they'd care about. Raffertunes Super Bowl. Dang it. What is the Super Bowl ad? I need some context here. All right, Jane Rafferty LaRue. That was her name, right? far as we can tell, yeah. Not much to go on there either. Diamond and Jane. This is an insane term. Can I look up that term? The band called C&J and J&D released one single called These Times. Someone with the username XXX Diehard Dazzler XXX scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently, this was Jim Roottree and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentioned that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. You can't find anything else about Die Hard Dazzler, the band, or the single, so all that's left to do is to add the scan to your evidence. After a blazing fast 35-minute download, the track is also available. Oh, we have another song, do we? 35 minutes. Folk style songwriting, catchy, MMM magazine. These Times is an old single from the folk group C&J and J&D. Insane name. You have a scan of the album as well as a recording of the track, thanks to a collector of Jim and Roottree memorabilia. Website also listed the song's credits as music and lyrics by Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottree. So there we go there. Backup vocals by the LaRues. On it is a sticker that says folk style songwriting, catchy. Seriously, her sister got mad that they were together? Both pairs of you got married. Like, I don't understand what she was mad about exactly. I'm missing something about the context or something. Let's see. I guess we'll listen to this. I've been the episode's getting a little long, but I'm like, might as well do it now because not a lot to talk about potentially.
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you and you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge. Rivers rambling onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me. These times are ours for free. We'll tell ourselves these stories older, dwell on warmth, ignore the colder, probably yearn for what could be, rose tinted by youth's memory. So act as though these times ain't fleeting, love still flows, our hearts heart beating. For now ignore fate's destiny, two roads to cross, one's at this tree. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me. These times are ours for free. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. The dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. so free.
Huh. So you did songs about carving your name in a tree together, and you didn't think that they might get in a relationship. I don't know what to do with that. Anyway, that's all their faces again, but we already have all their faces? I'm gonna assume that you're blonde. Oh, you both look blonde, don't you? Oof. Because people just change the color of their hair. The kids are blonde, though. But I think you might be a natural blonde, because this is them just kind of like old domestic and just hanging out. She also does kind of look, I don't know if she actually looks younger. I think that's her. I think this is you with the brown hair, and I think you might dye your hair as more of a music star. Oh, you have a beard. People, that's not permanent. Just trying to tell, like, can I tell these two people apart when they were young and their faces are partially obscured? I don't know. Everyone's just being young and cute. That guy has a little mole. Maybe a mole. That's the mole. Ah! That's you. It's you. Shit. You. I can't put that there. I can't even put another photo on that guy. I can put more photos on him, but not on him. Isn't that him? In the picture? Isn't that how this works? Anyway, I think that they're coupled with the people that they're dating. So, mole, blonde. Shit. I guess you're the blonde one. Shit. Let's also mess that up. And then you are the brown-haired one. Because yeah, going by the design of the album, I'm guessing that they put the combined flower over the person they were in a couple with. And that guy's got the mole right there. So that must be Raffertunes, and this must be Jim. And so that must be Diamond. Because he's got the mole and they're sharing a flower. That's my logic at the moment. Maybe I'll mine more from this next episode, but it's about time that I take a break. I'll see you guys next time.